Alright YouTube, we are back. We do not do the double upload very often on the channel unless there is something substantial. What we're talking about is very timed. It's got to be talked about before tomorrow. And it's that Final Fantasy Tactics is being teased for State of Play. Shout out to the first couple commenters on the previous video because you guys let me know this like right away. And I was obviously making that video, so I wasn't aware of like the tactics, stuff happening or whatever. What we have here is Jason Schreier, who's obviously a reputable source when it comes to inside information, posting about tactics. So he put this out on Blue Sky exactly 2 hours ago as I'm recording and says, I'm just saying Final Fantasy Tactics is one of the greatest games ever made. This is obviously ahead of State of Play, which was announced today, and I don't know if there's any other like leakers, insiders, whatever, that are talking about Tactics, but we have Jason Schreier just throwing that out there, and it's obviously not random. There's a reason he's doing that. He's teasing something, most likely State of Play, based on some of the other information that we're going to talk about. The other piece of information I think is a little more substantial given who it is. Jason Schreier is obviously a reputable source. But what we have is the original director of Final Fantasy Tactics retweeted the State of Play announcement and then quickly deleted that. So right here's a screenshot somebody took to show that Yasumi Matsuno did indeed retweet the State of Play, and then if you go to his page now, that's no longer there. So again, we have the director of the original Final Fantasy Tactics retweeting the State of Play announcement, and then once people took notice of that, quickly deleting that. One thing that's kind of weird to me because, like, for one, this could be avoided if you just interacted with a lot of the gaming events. Like, if he just retweeted every State of Play, there'd be really nothing to talk about. People would probably still make something of it. But if he was always retweeting upcoming gaming events, even if nothing that he worked on was there, it would make it a little less obvious. But whenever you do this and people take notice of it and then you quickly delete it to kind of cover up the evidence, it just makes it look like there's going to be something there involving something you've worked on. Something we've seen back in the day a lot with Shinji Hashimoto, where he would like retweet specific events. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a lot of years, I think he retweeted the 2019 State of Play where we got the re-reveal of Remake, and that's what had people kind of hyping up that event. And of course, we got to see Remake. Again, it just looks suspicious if you're not always interacting with these gaming events. Like if you're not always retweeting the upcoming State of Plays, regardless of whether or not you have a game there. It looks suspicious. Like he just happened to retweet this one, and then obviously, again, people took notice and he took it down. It makes you think there's something there. And the rumor that would be in relation to him would be the Tactics Remaster / Remake. I believe the leak was a remaster. There's also been other Square Enix employees like itsjustibs retweeting the event, and I think also changing his tweets. With a screenshot from DKHF that says he edited the tweet to be less suspicious, but in a shocked face. But I'm not sure if the screenshot tweet, like the whoop whoop whoop, is the original tweet or the edited tweet. But regardless, the tweet he has up now is different. Now the current tweet says whoop whoop whoop, praying for a new siphon filter. So it seems like with that first tweet, he was just kind of like hyping up the event in general, which maybe looked suspicious, and then I guess changed it to mention, a new siphon filter or whatever to kind of cover the tracks. I don't know. I'm not really sure if there's anything else out there in regards to this, like, tease or whatever of Tactics. I don't know if there's any other, like, Square Enix dev members, social media people, insiders, leakers, whatever. It doesn't really matter, because the main thing is Jason Schreier and Matsuno, right? Those two kind of acknowledging this is what makes it interesting, and there's a pretty good chance we're going to have something tomorrow for Tactics. So now it's kind of exciting for both events, right? It seems like Tactics is happening tomorrow, and then we had Square Enix themselves teasing something, it would seem, for Summer Game Fest, right? So both events are pretty exciting at this point. I do want to add, too, before we wrap the video up here. If we get Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster tomorrow, or a remake, or whatever it might be, a remakester, maybe they give it the HD 2D treatment, like, Dragon Quest or whatever, the people who denied the 9 remake need to forever shut the fuck up. We talk about this shit all the time, the Tactics Remaster not happening yet, or the 9 remake. People are so in denial, and they're always, like, arguing, like, well, these two have never been announced or revealed, and it's like, if Tactics gets revealed tomorrow, like, my God, you cannot deny the 9 remake anymore. That's like the last thing, I think, at least on Square Enix's end. I'm not saying everything else from the NVIDIA leak happened, but from Square Enix, I think those are the last two things, right? It's like, clearly the 9 remake exists. Does it mean we'll get the 9 remake this week alongside Tactics? I don't know about that. It's kind of hard to say. We don't know what all we're going to see from Square Enix. We might get a big blowout, right? Because we haven't had shit from Square Enix in a long time. But, a Tactics like remake or remaster, like, that's exciting. People have wanted that for a very long time. It's not a big release, 9 remake could be that, depending on what kind of a remake it is. But obviously, those aren't on the level of something like a Kingdom Hearts 4, Remake Part 3, something like that. So I don't know if we're going to be getting just small shit, multiple small things from Square Enix, if we're going to be getting like a mixture of big and small announcements. We'll see. That's it for the video, my dudes. Just kind of a quicker second upload to let you guys know what the rumor mill is for tomorrow involving Square Enix, involving the Final Fantasy series. And it seems like it's Final Fantasy Tactics, which is exciting. We've been waiting for... Goddamn, it's been like almost 4 years, right? The NVIDIA leak happened in 2021. All I hope for is that something exciting happens with State of Play tomorrow, and obviously Summer Game Fest at the end of the week. That's the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, so in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @SaveYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame, we blow that. Like Coltrane, we in here. Like Logain, or leave it. Like Cobain.